What y'all on? Wrong.
What you want, gang?
Muwop.
Gang, what's on, buddy? Gang.
For now. Man, this waiting on a potion. Dry. I'm out of here, though. I just wanted to tap in and say what up to y'all.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about muwop and oblock and everybody who got indicted in this FBG Duck RICO case, man, for the murder and this killing of FBG Duck, I should say, right? Now, there's some information that just came out in a recent report that was added to the case file. Now, in the case file, they added a report that gives out details about the discovery and the evidence they have stacked up against muwop and the rest of his co-defendants. Now, this report details the pile of evidence that they have and how much information they have stacked against muwop and the rest of the rappers from oblock that are facing this RICO indictment. Now, we're going to break down some of the finer details about what they have in the discovery, but before we do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about muwop and the rest of the oblock rappers who are caught up in this FBG Duck RICO case, right? Now, the federal indictment, there was a document that was just added to the case file. Now, you can see through this, what we're looking at right here, that it has a lot of information about the discovery. Now, you see I highlighted here with the discovery and they're talking about it, but let's break down exactly what this said, man. And man, before we get into this, I am in no way an attorney. This ain't no type of legal advice. I'm just reading this like the rest of us so we can get an idea of what's coming in this case that's going to be held up against muwop and the rest of these cats, right? Now, in the very first part I want to talk about here, it says this. It says procedural history and progress of discovery. Now, it says defendants Liggins, Offred, Thomas, and Smart is muwop, were arrested on October 13th, 2021. Liggins, Offred, Thomas, and Smart were arraigned on the same day and have since been remanded into federal custody. So basically, they got arrested that same day, they were remanded, and they were held into federal custody, and so far they don't have any type of bond or anything. Now, it also says that Robertson, who was previously in the custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections, was arraigned on October 29th. Remember, that was the final guy who got arraigned. His name is Kenny Mack, and it was a couple of days ago that he was arraigned as well. And he has since been remanded into federal custody. New counsel entered an appearance for defendant Smart, that's muwop, on November 1st. So it looks like that new counsel, they entered an appearance for defendant Smart, meaning muwop on the 1st. Now, the next part that I want to talk about is this, man. This is where they kind of go down and break down the discovery or what was going down. They said the government made an initial discovery production on October 28th, 2021. The discovery production spans across approximately 48 media disks and one thumb drive consisting of FBI investigative reports, reports from the Chicago Police Department, the defendant's criminal histories, and other relevant criminal histories. Surveillance footage, so that means video footage, Chicago Police Department body-worn camera footage, search warrant returns, and the defendant's statements. The government also has additional discovery materials to produce and is working to get those discovery items to defendant's counsel. However, due to the volume of the discovery materials, the government will continue to produce some discovery items on a rolling basis. So, along with all that evidence, the 48 media discs, the one thumb drive, the FBI reports, the surveillance video, there's a lot of evidence here. Not to say that this evidence proves anyone guilty or proves that muwop or any of them are guilty, right? You're still innocent until proven guilty, right? But this is a mountain of evidence. And they're saying they have so much of it that they're going to have to start entering it into the discovery, which is kind of like the file where they hold all the evidence for both sides to view within the trial, so that they're all on an even footing everybody knows what's in the discovery on both sides. So it's got to be fair and equal. Everybody agrees that it be entered or whatnot. You know, there's been times in trials where people have argued if something could be entered as evidence or not. And it looks like they feel like they have so much evidence that on a rolling basis, they're going to keep adding it. Now, it also says the defendants will need a significant amount of time to review the discovery materials that the government has tendered and will continue to tender. And basically what that seems to say, you know, in my interpretation of that, is that they need time on the defendant's side to look at all the information that's being entered into discovery, all the evidence that's being entered into the discovery. So that way they can fully vet it as, you know, credible evidence or not. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to extend the time in the trial. There was like another form that was added to the case file where they asked to extend the time in the trial. So that way they have time to fully vet and view all the evidence that they're saying that they have against them. Now, I'm not sure if this means they have credible evidence or good evidence against muwop and everybody on oblock, but this does seem like a lot of material if it takes all of this for them to review it. Now, this might just be regular procedure as well, but there seems like it's starting to mount up to the point where they're going to have to keep rolling it out just in order to make it to trial and be able to review all the evidence in time. You know, it's looking, I don't know if that looks good or bad. You know, they really have to consult some legal counsel for real for that, man. And for what it's worth, it seems like everybody has some sort of legal representation, man, so far. At least that's what it seems like. Now, in this next part, it says this, man, and I want to make sure that we don't gloss over this. It says there's a decision whether or not to seek the death penalty in any defendant is convicted on count 1 or count 2 of the indictment. So they're still trying to figure out if they want to seek the death penalty in this case or not. Now, on 26 October 2021, the court entered an order staying pretrial motion, filing deadlines until the government has made a decision as to whether to seek the death penalty or not. So it looks like they filed a motion seeking guidelines until they make this decision about the death penalty. Because defendants are still reviewing the discovery and will need a significant amount of time to do so, the parties request that the court set a status date in approximately 90 days to allow defendants to continue to review the discovery and to confer with their counsel. So it looks like it's giving them an opportunity to talk with their lawyers about the discovery and everything that's being found in discovery to come up with an idea of how they gonna play this trial out, man, to say, hey, this is the evidence they got stacked against you, you know, talk to their lawyers about it or whatnot and come up with the best decision going forward. Take it to trial, you know, either make a plea agreement, you know, anything, you know, you don't know what's coming, man. We just going to be waiting for the stories to drop. But obviously in 90 days, we might get another decision, big decision in this case, including other developments as the discovery starts to, you know, build. Okay, but now knowing that they have all of this evidence that's entered into discovery, including the 48 disk drives, the thumb drive, the videos, the surveillance videos, the body cam, all this information, do you think that this will lead to muwop and all those cats probably trying to get a deal? Because they still have this whole thing hanging over their head where they could be facing the death penalty. So, I mean, this is looking bad, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think, though. Do you think that it's a possibility they could beat this case? Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.